Why, hello and greetings again, my friend. Welcome to another one of my example videos here for my new program, Beautiful Strength, using calisthenics, all about leveling up your attractiveness of your physique and lifestyle. Today is push chain day. These are exercises that are targeting the chest, shoulders, and triceps, starting off with a little bit of some stability work for the warm-up. I got some T-planks going on, some shifting push-ups. You're only as strong as you are stable. I'm being mindful here of my rotation of my shoulders, being able to engage my chest thoroughly, depressing my shoulder blades, lots of shoulder and core stability, opening up my hips, basically just getting everything turned on. Speaking of turning on, taking a few moments to just engage the chest, shoulders, triceps, and we start off, of course, with dips. Dips being one of the core target exercises in the Beautiful Strength program. Pull-ups are what we did in the pull chain. Dips are one of the most effective exercises for working the push chain in a very symmetrical, holistic manner. It doesn't necessarily focus anywhere too much. It's kind of equal parts shoulders, chest, and triceps, which is why we address it. And we're loading these up today because even though I'm feeling still a little bit under the weather, I'm feeling not too bad. I'm kind of going along with an adaptive approach. This is a 35-pound dumbbell. I haven't done weighted dips in a very long time, so I'm just kind of feeling things out a little bit, but I'm very pleased with how strong I'm feeling today. Woke up this morning definitely feeling like I wasn't really up for much of a workout, but I knew once I got moving and grooving, I would kind of feel the things change and shift around a bit. So because it felt pretty good with 35, let's level this sucker up to 45 pounds here. One of the big advantages, of course, of dips is that they are one of the easiest push chain exercises to load. And even though there are certainly technical ways to progress dips, we could do these on a more unstable surface like straps or rings, we could do them on bars and stuff, and you can change some of the nuances of the technique. The bottom line is when you're looking at regular dips, particularly bar dips, and you want more resistance, loading with extra weight like on a dip belt, dumbbells and stuff is the primary way to go, especially in the Beautiful Strength program. So grinding out my repetitions here and using adaptive strategies as always. I'm just going until my muscles are feeling pretty well and cooked. I don't use a set amount of work that I need to do. I'm just kind of working with what I got. That's the basic premise of adaptive training, is do what you can with what you have. So had a little bit more energy in the tank, so as a few more sets. Then we've got our second core exercise. This is on the outer ring of the Beautiful Strength program. And these are kind of more the dive bomber style-y push-ups here. Feet are elevated, so I've got more weight on my arms. This is a bit more, of course, in the shoulders and the triceps. I'm getting as much rotation as I can with this. So I've got some internal rotation at the top, external rotation at the bottom. I'm trying to really tuck my arms in as I do this, pulling the shoulder blades down away from the ears and then pushing up as much as I can. Especially when your feet are elevated like this, you want to be mindful that you're not trying to kind of pull yourself up with your abs and your hip flexors. You want to make this as much of kind of a shoulder press style movement as you possibly can. Again, taking a few minutes just to kind of get everything set. You don't necessarily need to just jump into the exercise. Taking your time, turning on the shoulders, turning on your upper back. This is definitely one of the weaker movement patterns that I've long struggled with. You can even see visually here that my shoulders just are not as developed as the other muscles in my push chain. And that was largely because I've had relatively unstable, misaligned shoulders throughout most of my training career. And because of that, I've had a lot of shoulder injuries, particularly on my right side, and have long struggled with being able to adequately train and work the shoulder, of course, because of such misalignments. But now things are getting a lot better, so I feel like I'm finally able to work my shoulders to a good degree, and this is one of my favorite exercises for doing so. Of course, it gets a large range of motion in the shoulder joints. It's a little bit more than pike push-ups. You're also getting some of that coveted, quote, upper chest, and the chest working, especially as you come down, the upper back, a little bit of hip and core work as well. There's so much beautiful stuff that you're working with this exercise that you're getting a lot out of it from just a little bit. And that's basically the main exercises for push chain in the Beautiful Strength program, is dips and the dive bomber style push-ups. And then just because I've got a little bit more juice in the tank, course, I really like my bodyweight bodybuilding techniques. We got our chest flies here on the suspension straps. Really nice to just finish it off. I don't have a whole lot left in the chest, in the shoulders here, and that's kind of the point. I don't want to be doing this exercise with a lot of energy and a lot of effort in this. It's just kind of more of a finisher, but I'm still trying to, again, keeping my shoulders down, away from the ears, glutes and abdominals are tight, and I'm experimenting here with just dropping down to the knees, going right into the tricep extensions. This was pretty effective, but ultimately decided this was too easy. It's a little bit too light as far as the resistance goes when I've got my knees on the floor. Although this may work well for you. Always remember that the great thing about suspension straps is it gives you the ability to adjust resistance on the fly. So use whatever resistance you need in order to thoroughly work the muscular work capacity. Really kind of cook the muscles, usually a range of between like 6 to 8 repetitions and maybe as much as 20. But just feeling like everything is really well and worked. Now I'll just get one more set here real quick. I've got an appointment that I kind of was a little bit late for, so I'm just getting what I can out of this, but it also kind of puts my feet to the fire a little bit to get more of the repetitions and not save anything for a second or a third set. This is the second set. And because I didn't like the ones on the knees quite as much, I'm gonna level up these handles just a bit. That is another way you can regress the resistance, because I'm also going to progress a little bit. Go on my toes. I feel this is just so much more in my wheelhouse, but as you can see, not much left in the triceps, so I'm just going to get what I can and then call it a day. So stay tuned to the channel. I've got plenty more coming for the Beautiful Strength program, as well as the Red Delta Project podcast. Thank you very much for watching, and be fit and live free.